whole thing wobbin', wobbin', wobbin'. When I come around, got the whole thing wobbin', wobbin'.
What is going on, guys? It is Zirksee today with another YouTube video. Today I have my Week 5 NFL predictions for Team of the Week. Now, if you guys want to get yourself a custom card like you guys see this Melvin Gordon right now, make sure you go to the link in the description and go to Combine Rix on Twitter. But let's get right into the Team of the Week, and starting off with the master for the offense, I'm going to be going with Melvin Gordon. 163 total yards and 2 touchdowns for the Chargers, and they finally got a W. Now, on a side note really quickly, just want to talk about the Giants and how their season is about to tank even worse. Odell Beckham is injured. I believe that Brandon Marshall and Sterling Shepard are both injured as well. So their top 3 wide receivers are injured. They're 0-5. Defense isn't playing that good. And their offense is seriously in trouble now with Odell Beckham maybe out for the season. Who knows how they're going to do. Now at the quarterback, we're going to be going with Carson Wentz. Now, the Eagles have been a surprisingly pretty damn good team. I don't know how, but 304 yards, 4 touchdowns, and an interception. I believe they played the Cardinals, and Nelson Aguilar had a huge catch, and they had a couple big plays, especially from Torrey Smith, who finally showed up in this game. But Carson Wentz finally threw for 4 touchdowns in a game. I don't even think he's ever done that in his career. 304 yards, 4 touchdowns, and an interception. And Patrick Peterson even said he thinks Carson Wentz is going to be a top-tier quarterback when it is done. But on to the running back, we have I always say Leonard, but it's Leonard Fournette. 181 yards and 2 touchdowns. I call myself there. But even 181 yards and 2 touchdowns for the Jaguars. The Jaguars may be the biggest surprise team in the NFL. Honestly, I don't think people really thought they were going to be this good. But their defense is absolutely insane. Leonard Fournette has been playing absolutely off the chain. And Blake Bortles hasn't been playing, absolutely amazing. They did lose Allen Robinson. Their offense has been basically Fournette. That's all they really need. On to the fullback, we have Mike Tolbert with 34 total offensive yards. Wide receivers, we're going with Chris Hogan, who had 74 yards and a touchdown. And then Davante Adams, 66 yards and 2 touchdowns. And now Davante Adams absolutely lit up my Cowboys and had the last touchdown. It's absolutely crazy to think that he was out and in the hospital just a week ago after the hit by Danny Trevathan. But instead, he was in this game, 66 yards, 2 touchdowns, and the game winner. Now on to the extra person we're going to be going with, and that's going to be Deshaun Watson. This man has been absolutely insane. 5 touchdowns versus the Chiefs. They almost didn't win the game, but honestly, the Chiefs are just really overpowered with Kareem Hunt, Alex Smith. You got Tyreek Hill at a kick return, or a punt return, I believe. 292 total offensive yards and 5 touchdowns. Deshaun Watson actually may be the best rookie right now. Now, it's pretty hard to decide between him and Kareem Hunt, but honestly, Deshaun Watson just had back-to-back 5 total touchdown games. That's pretty insane. I'm not even sure if that's ever been done by a rookie before. But on to the tight end, we are going with Ed Dickson, who had 175 yards, and Pro Football Focus gave me 91.5 rating. Left tackle, we're going with Ronnie Stanley, who had a 83.8. Left guard, we're going with Jari Evans, who had an 85.6. Center is going to be Zach Fulton with an 86.9. Right guard is Shaq Mason, and a right tackle, we're going to be going with Mitchell Schwartz. Now onto the defense. This could be a very fun week for defensively. Honestly, there's a ton of studs in here. At the master, we're going with Telvin Smith. And we need to talk about Big Ben real quick before I talk about Telvin Smith. This man, Big Ben, him and Deshaun Watson must have switched, because this dude, 5 interceptions compared to Deshaun Watson's 5 touchdowns. Big Ben even said himself he's not sure if he has any more, not sure if he was just playing around or just, down in the moment. But honestly, I'm thinking this is Big Ben's last season. Now, they did play the Jaguars. You have to imagine the Jaguars are pretty damn good, and their secondary is very good. It's definitely not a surprise to see him throw 5 interceptions. Well, it's kind of a surprise to see him throw for 5 interceptions, but to throw at least 1 interception is, you're probably going to do it versus that Jaguars defense with A.J. Boye, Jalen Ramsey, you got Barry Church, Telvin Smith, a ton of beasts on that team, and a ton of playmakers all over the field for the Jaguars. You definitely have to respect that team, and definitely the defensive line as well with Calais Campbell. That man is coming into his own there. But we have Telvin Smith, who had 10 tackles, a pick 6, and a pass defense. Now, honestly, it was a pretty good route jump. I did watch the play where he got the interception, and they had 2 pick 6s in that game on Big Ben, which you don't really see too often, 2 pick 6s in the same game, let alone on such a good quarterback like Big Ben. But he definitely had one of his worst performances of his career this Sunday. On this strong safety, though, we're going with Rashad Jones. 7 tackles, a touchdown, a sack, and 2 fumble recoveries. Rashad Jones, absolute beast. Now, he could possibly get the master, but I do believe Telvin Smith will. Now, either of them honestly could get the set master, and then one of them could be the highest overall card in the set, but I do believe those two cards will be the highest cards. Free safety, we're going with Carl Josephs, who had 9 tackle and a pass defense. Cornerbacks, Demarius Randall had a tackle and a pick 6 on the Cowboys. It was honestly not really like a great play. It was just Terrence Williams dropping the ball like he always does. Next cornerback we're going with is going to be Zirksee Wright, 11 tackles and a pass defense. And then we're going with our utility, or whatever it's called. We have Tashaun Gipson, who had 6 tackles, 2 interceptions, and 2 pass defenses. Now, Tashaun Gipson, honestly, you haven't heard anything of him since he left the Browns, but 2 interceptions on Big Ben, definitely had quite a game. Middle linebacker with Demario Davis, who had 6 tackles and a sack. And another middle linebacker is going to be Kendall Beckwith, who had 14 tackles, a sack, and a pass defense. Right outside linebacker, I'm pretty excited about this one. Now, Nick Perry already has himself a team leader, and that's an 86 overall, so if he could get an upgrade off that, that would be really cool, because I love Nick Perry's base elite card. The card was an absolute stud for me, especially in Mud Squad. The 3 tackles, a sack, and a forced fumble. Left outside linebacker, we're going with Jabal Sheard, 7 tackles and 2 sacks. Left end, David Irving, coming off his suspension and coming back. Yes, we did lose the game, but he still can get a Team of the Week card. 5 tackles and 2 sacks in that game. David Irving definitely made some plays right there. And then right now we're going with Sheldon Richardson, who had a tackle, an interception, and a fumble recovery. And finally, we have Javon Hargrave at the defensive tackle with 10 tackles and a sack. But quickly, I do want to go over the games this weekend and tell you guys my opinions on them. So the Patriots versus the Buccaneers, 19-14, the Patriots ended up winning that game. Now, honestly, that game could have been won by the Buccaneers had their kicker actually made any of the 3 field goals they attempted. They would have won that game, so that's absolutely insane. Bengals versus the Bills, I actually predicted the Bills to win this, but AJ Green had himself quite the day with 7 catches, 189 yards, and a touchdown to make them win 20-16. The Jets did beat the Browns like I predicted. The one surprise for me was the Panthers and the Lions game. I definitely did not think that the Lions would end up losing this game. 27-24. Cam Newton, though, 26 for 33, 355 yards, and 3 touchdowns. That's how Ed Dixon is getting his card. 175 yards and 5 catches. For Matt Stafford, he didn't play too bad, 229 yards and 2 touchdowns, but once again, honestly, their offense hasn't been, absolutely like electric like it has been in the past. Colts versus the 49ers, the Colts ended up winning that game 26-23 in overtime. The Dolphins beat the Titans, and that's insane news for the Dolphins. Offensive line coach was caught in video snorting a line of cocaine, so yeah, quite the day for him. Chargers versus the Giants, like I said before, Giants, their season is going downhill. They could possibly go 0-16, honestly. And it's the funniest thing because I have a screenshot of Landon Collins saying they're going to take over the NFC East. And every single time they lose, I always post it, even if the Cowboys lose, because I don't even give a damn. But Chargers beat the Giants 27-22. They won by 5. The Eagles absolutely killed the Cardinals 34-7. And I'm really not even sure what happened to that offense. Honestly, the Cardinals offense just played absolutely terrible. Jaguars versus the Steelers, I did predict this upset. I don't know why it's really an upset, because you guys underrate Jaguars so much. 30-9. The Jaguars absolutely killed the Steelers, and honestly, Blake Bortles didn't even play good. He only had 8 completions, 95 yards, and a touchdown. But Fournette with 28 rushes, 181 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Ravens beat the Raiders 30-17 without Derek Carr, of course. You kind of had to expect they would not be able to do so well against such a good defense without a good quarterback, and it showed in this game with EJ Manuel only over 13 for 26, 159 yards, and 1 touchdown. The Seahawks did prevail over the Rams 16-10. Now, there was a pretty controversial pass interference call that didn't get called on the last play, I believe, and Cooper Kupp did drop a touchdown. Packers 35-31 over the Cowboys. Very good game. Definitely, I honestly didn't think it was going to be that close. I did predict this week from my predictors in Madden that the Packers would beat the Cowboys, but I definitely didn't expect it to be this close, which I'm very excited about, even though we did end up losing the game. Chiefs beat the Texans 42-34, a very high-scoring game. Deshaun Watson had another huge outing, and Will Fuller actually had 2 touchdowns and 57 yards. DeAndre Hopkins had 3 touchdowns, 4 catches, and 52 yards. Now, Deshaun Watson, 261 yards, 5 touchdowns, 31 attempts, 16 completions, and running-wise, he had 31 rushing yards. But those are my Team of the Week predictions for week 5. If you guys agree with them, make sure to let me know. And if you guys think I missed out on somebody, or you think maybe this guy's going to be the set master, or this guy's just going to be a part of the set, hell, maybe even Deshaun Watson and DeAndre Hopkins will both be in this set, even though they lost the game. Really not too sure I even wanted to do it at this point, but I know for a fact with the Most Feared promo coming up very soon, and I think it's actually going to come out this Friday, because this Friday is Friday the 13th, so this is going to be quite some fun this weekend in Madden. So enjoy your week leading up to this. We have Team of the Week tomorrow, but if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and comment. I'll see you guys next time.